Good morning. It's Friday. So I haven't been on for a while. I had a really rough week. I'm back to work today. Thankfully, I'm only working today and then I'm off again. So for those of you that don't follow me on Facebook, because you found me on YouTube, which I'm very thankful for, and I already dropped a cap, like that's indicative of how today is gonna go. I'm using the NYX Hydro Touch. I'm just kind of using the same stuff I have been. But this is going to be my peach video because my friend Riley wants to see a peach look. So shout out to you, Riley. I'm going to do peach eyes and a peach face look today because I didn't have any ideas and this would be a good way to talk about what's going on. But basically I had to put my cat down. My old man, I'm trying not to cry. And so I've been home for a couple days. It's like, where's that cap? I've been home for a couple days and I'm finally going back to work to try to do something other than stay home and cry. So hopefully that'll be okay. But anyway, that's why I haven't been on. So it's like I'm gonna try to be my normal self, but it's hard. It was like even the cats can tell something's wrong. Like one of them is like vomiting everywhere, so they're very distraught. You know, it's hard going from 5 cats to 4 all of a sudden. And I forgot to wet my freaking sponge. But I'm not going to get up and go wet it, so we'll just use, like, setting spray or something. Also, look at my cute cat mug. It says Mrs. I think my mother-in-law got it. My husband has one that says Mr. But we're going to talk about happy things, so tell me what makes you happy. So I'm trying to be happy. I mean, he was 16, so it was gonna happen eventually. We thought we had more time with him. He, like, all of a sudden lost feeling in his back legs, so it was very sudden. It was not like he, like, wasn't eating and wasn't doing well. He was eating and he was fine. And I came home from my second job. Thankfully, I only worked 8 hours that day. I came home and he was sitting in the box. This is the Two-Faced Born This Way, if you haven't been here before, and if you're here for the first time, I'm very sorry. It's a very sad topic, but it's what I want to talk about right now. He was sitting in a box, which isn't abnormal for him at all, but the box was turned over, which was the abnormal part, but I didn't think anything of it. I just thought he was, like, playing in a box. And then I went to feed him, and he didn't get up, which I knew something was wrong. And then I went to pick him up and his feet were dangling, his back legs. And so I called my mother-in-law and my husband and I was like, you need to get here now. And the significance of my mother-in-law was that it was her dad's cat before it was our cat. So, and her dad died 13 years ago. So it was like an emotional family thing and we had to put him down and it was terrible. So this is like my first day going back to work and this is not wet enough. So I'm going to use this, Hangover 3-in-1 and there's like dust on it that tells you how often I use it, so we're just gonna use it. It's got a really intense sprayer. It's kind of like a fire hose. Yeah, that's quite intense. So but yeah, that's what's going on in my life right now, so I'm kind of sad. And I feel like people don't really value like the loss of animals the way people value like loss of humans, so I feel like people are gonna be like, really, you called off for that? And I'm gonna be like, yes I did, and I really wanted to call off today, but I feel like maybe going back to work might help me a little, and I don't work again until the following Wednesday if I want, but I'll see how today goes. If it helps me, I might pick up at my second job and see like maybe it'll help me, like maybe being productive will help me is what I'm trying to say. Versus being at home, because like the cats, like the other 4 are obviously mourning too. Like they're just acting different. Like they're very snuggly towards each other and they're not always like that. And like especially Sally. She's not very snuggly. Like she's normally the loner kitty and she's been very snuggly towards the other cats, and so I just feel like she's really sad. And like she's been very snuggly towards me, which she is normally, but like even more so. Like she always wants to be in the bedroom now and she's not normally like that. Like normally she'll want to play, but right now she's very snuggly. And so I just feel like the whole family is kind of feeling it, so. And obviously my husband's sad, and like we're all just sad, so. But anyway, that's my sad story of the week, is that we had to put my cat down. I know, Middies, I'm sad too. And so that's Sally right there. Come here, baby girl. Come here. She's like, I don't want to be on camera, Mom. Use big fluffy brush. And like the worst part about this is I have this giant collection right here. This is what depression will do to you, and laziness, but depression. All of these are dirty, and I've been like, they're just sitting on my vanity, and I've been like, I need to wash them, and so they're just sitting here. And so these are the brushes I have to use for my eyes today. That's it. So when I get home, I'll have to wash my brushes. I know, baby girl. I've just been really anxious and like really like all over the place. Like my husband has been really good. My husband and wine have been like my best friends. Like even more so than normal. I'm like, I can't get foundation to stick. There we go. Okay, so here comes the fun part. Well, first I gotta do my eyebrows. I lied. So if you made it through all of that, which I'm very sorry, I just needed to say that as to why I'm like not my normal self. Is anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I'm not my normal self today, so we're just gonna plow through. But I wanted to get on camera. I haven't done a video in a while. And do a peach look like my friend Riley wants. And this is a good scrub shirt to do it with because it's got these like pretty peachy hearts that are not quite pink, they're more peachy. And it's got Snoopy, it's got Woodstock on it, it's really cute. This is just the NYX brow pencil. And right now they're doing the 21 Days of Beauty at Ulta, so you can get the what is it? The Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is very similar to this. It's just like $11 on sale instead of 23. If you prefer that formula, I think they're honestly about the same. And the NYX one is cheaper. It's like, $8 all the time. But if you were already planning on getting something else during that day of the sale, you might be interested in the Anastasia one, but I think the NYX one is just as good and it's way cheaper at all times, so you don't have to wait for a sale. But today, this is still available, by the way, the Sweet Talk palette by ColourPop. It's so pretty too, like look at that packaging. And this is what the inside looks like. Oh, this shade is my favorite. It's so peachy and pretty, so this is what we're gonna use first. These brushes are not ideal, but it's what I have, so it's what we're using, because I haven't washed my brushes in God knows how long. So we're just gonna tap on this. This is not the shade I showed you, by the way. This is the shade. It's just like the plain white shade. It's kind of more than just plain. It's kind of even very peachy. But I'm just going over and setting. This is definitely not the brush for this, but that's all we've got. The rest of my brushes are face brushes, which are not going to be helpful. So we're just kind of making it work. So we're going to go into that peachy shade. It's called Meadow. This is totally not the right brush, but it doesn't matter. This is so funny. Okay, my bad. This is what I get. It's like I even waited till I wanted to film a video, and I was like, yeah, I don't have the right brushes because I've been depressed and I haven't washed them. Oops. Yeah, this is like not blending whatsoever. Let's try this one. This one might be helpful. It's a little more fluffy. Let's see. I was like, it's angled, but whatever. And I also like have been neglecting my eyebrows. I don't know if you can tell at all, but there's like tiny little baby hairs that I need to pluck, and I've just been like ignoring them, and now they're driving me crazy because I'm putting eyeshadow on them. So I had to put him down on Tuesday when I got home from my second job, so I haven't put makeup on since then, so I've just been like ignoring myself. And I normally shower at night anyway, so I'm like, no one is seeing me until today when I get up and I'm going to work. And it's already 6:20, so I'm probably going to be late, but I don't really care. They're going to be glad I show up, considering I didn't come yesterday. Blendy blend, which does not work great with this brush. Okay, I'm really trying because it's kind of like sticking to my crease a little bit just because of the brush. It's like, it's not the eyeshadow's fault at all, it's totally mine, but it's okay. It's like, even if it's not blended great, I work with mentally ill people, I don't care. It's like, they're just as sad as I am, they don't give a shit. So we're gonna go in with this really pretty white glitter, and it'll hide most of it anyway. Come on. There we go. It'll hide how messy it is, so it won't matter. And this is like a super easy, like, I tried, which is nice. And I really like this palette because it's cheap too. I think it's like $16. And you can get it on ColourPop, you can get it on Ulta. It's called the Sweet Talk palette, if I didn't say that. I think I did, but if you didn't see it or whatever, but it's a Sweet Talk palette by ColourPop, and it's so good. You can still buy it. And a lot of their stuff is like limited edition or whatever, but this is one of their like normal line. So good, highly recommend. And like, I love their eyeshadows. I think they have one of the best eyeshadow formulas, especially for how cheap they are. Because a lot of like high-end eyeshadows, like this would be like $40 for like a high-end brand. But ColourPop is kind of drugstore prices, which I really like because you can get nice stuff for cheap. I'm just going back in with that peachy shade. And there's glitter all on the bottom. Do I care? No. Going back in with my peachy shade. I just said that. Okay. Okay. And now I'm gonna go back in with my big fluffy brush and just kind of dust off my excess. You could always do your eyes first, but I just don't live my life like that, so. I also have this like bronzy color by Urban Decay, the Glide On eye pencils. And this one's in Starfire, and it's like this really pretty bronzy color. And because I'm doing all peachy, I'm just gonna go in with this. Oh my goodness! I don't know if you could hear him, but that was, I was gonna call him Pierre, that's not his name, that was Jack. I know! My big fluffy cat. I don't know, I think you've seen him on camera before. He's big and orange and adorable. I know, baby boy. This is my NYX Epic Ink Liner. You know that if you've seen my channel. I don't use anything else because I haven't found anything else that works as good. I've turned a lot of people onto this because they're like, it's so good. I'm like, I know. Oh, shit. The only problem is it's so inky that sometimes you like will get it kind of like, this is a really thick line now because it's so inky, and like sometimes it frays. Like, I don't know if you can see that little bottom portion right there. It's kind of frayed, so I might need to throw this one out actually. I probably said that on my last video and then I didn't, so we'll see when I actually throw it out. I normally throw them out when they start like leaking. That's when they really start to annoy me. because they're so good and they're so dark that that's when they start to irritate me, is when they leak. It's not even when like they dry out, because they don't. They don't dry out, they just leak everywhere. There we go. And then I'll pluck my eyebrows off camera so you don't have to sit through that. I'm just going to put on my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. If you've never seen this before, this stuff is so good. I love the packaging too, it's so awesome. And the brush is really nice. It's really nice and like, it's not one of the curved ones. It's just straight, but it really does like grab onto your lashes, which I love because my lashes suck. And it's like, hello, let me help you. And it grabs onto each one, which I truly appreciate. And then I'll clean up my eyes underneath after I do my blush and all that, because you want to wait for it to dry before you go in and start messing with it. Coffee. I'm sure I've talked about my Nespresso on here before, but throw out your Keurig and get an espresso because it's way better. Like, I wish I had done that years ago because my Keurig was straight garbage. It like waters down your coffee and it's just nowhere near as good. My Nespresso, I would pay like double for that thing if I had known how good it was. It's already stupid expensive. I think they're like $170 or something, which I know not everybody can afford. I totally get it, but like, and the best part is that you can recycle your pods versus Keurig. You're just like throwing them in the garbage. And Nespresso, they like send you bags to recycle. And their coffee actually tastes like coffee, which I like. Anyway, there's my lashes that actually look like lashes now. And to go with the peachy theme, I actually really liked these, so I'm bringing them back, is the, Thick Thighs Save Lives, because I caught it. These Kylie things. So I'm going in with the Kylie blush. And we're going shopping. It's very peachy, very orange, which is what I like. I like orange blushes. God damn, I went in with a lot. Oh well. No one will see it under the mask anyway. And I'm going out with my friend tonight, my friend Savannah, after I get off of work, so that should make me feel better too. Have some girl time. Cry it out over a margarita. Feel better. We have a favorite bartender at the bar we go to, so that should help too. Okay, so very peachy. And it actually doesn't look bad with like the orange eyeshadow. I was worried because she was like all peach. And I was like, okay. But it does look really nice. And then really pretty gold in Queen Drip. And it'll match your eyeshadow too. And you can do this with any combination, but this is what Jill wanted. So what Jill wants, Jill gets. I called her Riley and now her name's Jill. Sorry. There we go. And I would use my Jeffree Star and Wet Peach, but I pretty much used the entire portion of it. And I'm not done with my coffee. So that kind of finishes up today's look, minus my lips. Obviously my eyeshadow is not blended all that great, but it's because of my sad brushes, and that's what we're leaving it at. So I hope you guys have a way better day than I did, and I hope, or better week than I did. And I hope that my day gets, you know, better. And I hope nobody has to put down any animals, etc. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye!